Hey, how you guys doing? What's going on? We are back with another one. Yes, you are at the Messy Sweet Spot, and we do have a messy sweet treat for you all. And I just want to say thank you guys for the support, the likes, the shares. It goes a long way. If you guys can hear me, can you please press that one? I appreciate it. So we did a vote like we all do with all the topics. And we have a lot of people that wanted to talk about the King Harris exposing his parents first. That got 60%. So we're going to head over there. And if you guys did not know, T.I. and Tiny, they have a reality show called The Family Hustle. Now, this show invited America into their homes, okay? We didn't ask for it, but they pushed it on us, okay? So let's get that out the way. Now, in doing the show, reality is supposed to be real life, okay? A lot of people thought that they were really being vulnerable and showing us their real life, how they really live as a family unit, all in one house. However, today we discovered that that's not the case. Their son, King Harris, has exposed that T.I. and Tiny is nothing but a production. It's nothing but fake. The whole idea, the whole illusion of them living all under one roof is fake. It's scripted. It's a storyline. It's improv. It was pretty much an acting gig, okay, that he didn't even sign up for. And how could he? Because he was not 18 and over at the time. So now he is speaking out about it. And a lot of people have a mixed feelings about it. And I definitely left the phone lines open here so you guys can call in and let us know your thoughts about it. And I will add the StreamYard because I know, T.I. and Tiny, they has been on the internet for a long time. And just we know they have been chasing Hollywood for so long. T.I. and Tiny both started in Hollywood at a very young age, willing to do whatever it needed them to do in order to get to Hollywood. And they're in Hollywood. But at what cost? At the cost that they were not even parents. I mean, King Harris is a troubled young man, and everybody knows it. Everybody sees it. And you want to know why. It's because his parents was not parenting. They left him over there with the grandma. And sometimes I looked in the comment section, everybody, oh, grandma. Y'all ain't telling the whole truth about all these grandmas. Okay? When you got a grandma like Calissa and Mama D, and look at all the grandmas out here on the internet right now. Okay? Honey, and if that grandma raised King Harris, look at the outcome. Look what she produced. She didn't produce a good stand-up guy. Hell. Nah, they didn't push that baby on that grandma so they can go off, do their sugar boogers, so they can go off and do their group activities and be so freaky in Atlanta and taking women all across the world instead of staying at home being a parent. Okay. And I know he want to tell more, but he can't just because of the situation and the position that he's in right now. So I'm going to look at the comment section just to see where you guys are. Even said a fan back. Oh God. If y'all don't get these views up, I'm gonna throw this damn fan away. Okay. I'm trying something now. I'm trying something. They said T.I. and Tiny are trying to be young. Well, they was not trying to be young. How do you try to be young? You know, if you're trying to be young, keep your legs closed. If you're trying to be young, wrap it up. They were not trying to be young. They were trying to be um, outrageous. They was accused of doing so many sugar boogers. Ti was accused of putting a pow pow to different women's faces. They were accused of doing a whole bunch of group stuff. So I don't think that's something that young people do. It's something that just certain individuals want to get involved in. But let's not put this on a young thing, okay? Okay, I know a whole bunch of young people that's never tried no sugar boogers. They don't want to be no sugar boogers, and they're not into group parties. And I'm not saying group party, you know, each his own. However, it was a bad impact on him, and you can see it. So I'm gonna play this clip right here.
Got like, you can't be you.
Go.
Yeah, man, it's a lot about that TV show, man, that got people confused. Because I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when them cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then you went to, this is what you used to be.
This what I used to be?
No, not right now. We're about to pull it up.
Oh, okay. That was before I had, that was the curl afro dreads right there.
You went from that to this.
I mean, he's exactly who I am today, man. But they just seen him being good, kind, funny, kid type bad, you know.
Oh.
That's you know, we evolving right here.
Well, I guess a lot of times people don't understand, you know what? I'm so used to you betraying yourself one way on TV. But when I hear you in the news and all these other outlets, it seemed like it's such a difference. It's because what you saw on the reality shows were faked. It was scripted. They purposely wanted him to get into some kid trouble. It was all staged. Entertainment is nothing but an illusion. This social media is nothing but an illusion, and people are falling for it every day. Its only purpose is to be entertainment, but I guess because people put reality in front of it and they tried to sell it like this is real and this is raw and uncut. It's not real, raw and uncut. That's just what the label. That's what they slap on the label. Okay. Okay. So I want to know your thoughts on this. Make sure you guys hit that link and call in. I'm going to continue to play some more.
We evolving right here. Yeah.
So what is the real what do you feel like they got on you that they shouldn't have on you?
All right. So I'm going to go here in the comment section. Let's get these likes up. And people are saying he got some childhood trauma. He wants to unload so bad. I feel it. Yeah, I'm sure he does. You know, join the club. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of childhood trauma. They have not unloaded. And some people won't unload it. Some people will just die loaded. You know, I think only the fortunate will get the chance and get the space to unload it, but most people will not unload. Okay. Zanique already said that their mama barely raised them. She chose her relationship with Ti over being a mother. Okay, so people also bringing out Zanique. Zanique is Tiny's daughter, and they are saying that Tiny oldest daughter, her first thing is not to be a mom. Her first concern is to be a wife to Ti. So Zanique felt like in the background as well. And when we talk about Ti daughter, she always also is hurting from parents going to Hollywood, you know, and these are all Hollywood kids that parents have neglected them to do so many extra activities behind the scene. And the kids are feeling some type of way, according to T.I. and Tiny. I know you have fun. All right, I'm more entertained than I see is okay, Tiny did. Okay, it says that's why he's bad as hell. This child isn't ugly. His teeth is big for his mouth. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna wait for a second for you guys to get in here and to give your opinion about this, or else I'm gonna have to switch it up to Chrisean Rock. And I know when I switch it up to Chrisean Rock, people be calling and engaging. So I know we have a vote, and it's 59% says King Harris and T.I. and Tiny. So I want to give you guys opportunity to call in and to engage in this conversation. I'm looking in the comments section. They said, I remember when King was smoking weed in the hot tube. Okay. The oldest daughter said the same thing. Yeah, it's something about it, you know. Uh, what do you take from it? It says he's not lying, though. He's been a child. I mean, yeah, he had a hard knock life, but it shows. You can see how troubled he is. You can see that's why he wants so much attention on social media, because he never got attention from his father or from his mom. You know, and that's why so many people grabs to social media, because social media is a surrogate parent to so many people. Didn't I just say a mouthful? Do you agree? Do you believe that the internet, social media, is a surrogate parent to so many people? Press 1 if you agree. Press 4 if you don't agree. I think so. A lot of these parents are not parenting, okay? From the rich all the way down to the poor. They're not parenting, okay? I see it firsthand. And the internet is doing a better job. The internet is parenting and influencing the kids way more than a parent is, because a parent ain't parenting. Okay. So uh feel free to call in, link in if we can get some more likes. I appreciate it. Let's get these views up. Okay. You see, that's why I stick to Chrisean Rock. When I do Chrisean Rock, the views be viewing. Okay. Somebody says who got attention from their father. So many people did not. Definitely did not. He is not a bad child. He lacks guidance. I mean, tomato, tomato. You know, it's really all perspective. Some people going to see him as a bad kid. Some people going to see him as a good. It's always going to be perspective. I'm going to look more in here, and they said this was discussed in season 1. If you blah blah blah. Okay. So about the show, T.I. and Tiny Family Hustle. It's a reality show. It is a show for the purpose of entertainment. I guess on the show, they want you to believe that this is really how they live their life, all under one roof. And so many people looked, even in parents, so many parents are watching reality shows on the internet and looking at these relationships and saying, hey, they making it work. I want to mirror them. And they don't realize it's all for show. It's scripted. It is pre-planned. The situations, scenarios have been talked about, have been shot by different angles. They probably repeated it. But, you know, people that just won't accept entertainment for entertainment, they want entertainment to be so much more than what it is. You know, they fall victim to the okey doke. So I ain't getting no phone calls. So should we switch it to Chrisean Rock? Press 1 if you think it's time to switch it to Chrisean Rock. Press 4 if you think I should wait a little bit to get the King, Harrison, T.I., and Tiny people in here to talk. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna look in here. Okay, Juan, they said okay, so give them some time. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Zanique, we already talked about that. So I'm just scrolling through. They're saying anything in the comment section over here that is catching my eye. He want to have a struggle story so bad. We all have a struggle story. And people want to downgrade his struggle, his trauma, because his parents are T.I. and Tiny. And, we all go through struggle in a different way. We all express ourselves differently in a struggle, what he does, how he does. This is his way of finding who he is and is going through the struggle at this age. He's still young, so, but even if he old, shit, old people still struggling too, and we are in a different world and nobody have experience in this world. The older people don't have experience in this new age world, and the young people, they are just learning as they go. And that is just how the cookie is crumbling. So I'm going to look over here. You guys are still putting up the numbers. So please, let's get these likes up. If you guys support me and you guys happy that I'm talking about other topics other than Chrisean Rock, I need the support, you guys. I told you I need the support. If I don't get the support, then I'm going to act out on Chrisean. Okay. So people, Maxwell says, not trying to downplay, just curious why he needs so much more attention than his siblings. Well, he needs more attention because he requires more attention. There's so many things that was happening in his childhood where he felt he was not being loved. Maxine, he got picked on and talked about because of his looks, and people bullied him because of his looks. And I guess he's close to albino, and he wants to be accepted in a group that does not accept him based on his look. So if you don't have your parents there to pick that up, if you don't have your parents there to really walk you through that process and hold your hand, you can feel isolated. You can feel alone. And that's how he felt. And a lot of times with him being a young man, they say, suck it up, stop complaining, don't talk about it. So who does he run to when he's feeling some type of way? He bottle it up and he keeps it inside. And what if he tells his parents, they may give him one or two words and just say, it's life, suck it up, move on. But they really don't talk to him. People need talking, people need understanding. And T.I. and Tiny was too busy chasing fame and chasing whores and going on whore tours and sugar booger tours than to really hold his hand through this journey of him feeling neglected and not loved and talked about and want to be with the group, and they talking about him. So he has to look elsewhere for some guidance. So that's when he turns to looking at the street guys or whoever would accept him, and looking on the internet and just seeing people that is like him or have a similar story like him, where he can pretty much say, I identify with you. I'm going to go towards this lane. And a lot of times these individuals are getting more attention from the internet than they're getting from their parents. These kids and people are getting more attention from the internet than they're getting from their parents. Okay. Yes. So please, if you guys like my commentary, I try my best. Please support this channel by liking this video and getting the likes up. I'm going to look in the comment section and see what else other people got to say. Stevie Ray says he's spoiled brat that was smoking weed at the age of 15 around his parents, and they act like they didn't care. So it's their thoughts. Well, what, Stevie Ray, that's a lot to unpack. He's a spoiled brat. Possibly. And who spoiled him? His parents didn't raise him, so he was possibly spoiled by his grandma. I mean, his grandmother have raised her kids. Grandmothers are tired. Grandmothers is not to be the placeholder for the parents, okay? Grandparents should be grandparents. They should not be a placeholder for a parent. So I think maybe the woman was tired. And so of course she allowed him to probably get away and do whatever he wants to do, and it results into being a spoiled brat. And what is a spoiled brat? When we talk about being a spoiled brat, I don't know. Did he get every Tonka truck that he ever wanted? I'm not sure. Is he really a spoiled brat? I don't know. Stevie Ray, I don't know if he's really a spoiled brat. That's just something I think somebody slapped on him based on his personality traits, because he wants attention. And I think that, come on. Can we just stop? His parents were superstars. His parents, your first role model is your parents. They're getting attention. This is what they do for a living. This is all you know. So why wouldn't in his brain feel like in order to be on my parents' level, I have to gain a sense of notoriety. I have to gain a sense of people finding value within me. And I don't know if he has talent or not, but if everybody in a family is talented, you're going to feel left out if you don't have any talent. So you may have to resort into something else in order to get attention. In this day and age in social media, you don't have to have talent to get attention. You don't have to have talent to be a popular sensation. And a lot of times on social media, if you become a villain, if you become the asshole, if you become the person that's just so weird and strange and just a negative person, a lot of times you will grow a huge audience. I mean, shall we look at the list? I mean, look at Queen Op, for example. She got a very negative reputation, and she's so popular. Chrisean Rock, she got a negative reputation. She's so popular. Andrew Tate, negative reputation, so popular. I mean, the list goes on and 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 on. A lot of people that have good reputations are not the popular people. It's not the people that people talk about all the time. People do not pay attention to people that are just the good people or people that do stuff right. They don't be talked about. People stay focused on negativity, and negativity sells. So if you don't have talent, the next thing you can do is just to be a villain in somebody's storyline, and I guarantee you, you're going to get a lot of likes and views. If you want to be a villain in the Black women storyline, you just go against them, you're going to get views. Be a villain in whoever storyline, you're going to get views just being a villain. So I think possibly, I don't even think he's trying to be a villain. I just think that he's just trying to find his way, honestly. I mean, I've seen worse individuals, and he is so far away from the worst individuals. I mean, what is the worst thing that you can tell me that he have done with smoke marijuana? Well, I will guarantee you probably half of the people on this internet right here have smoked marijuana at the age of 10 and 11. Okay. And their parents allow their ass to do it. Okay. And then in different countries, hell, it's probably legal for certain individuals at 12, 15 to be smoking some damn marijuana. In some countries, they probably ban marijuana. I mean, tit tat tomato. However, we do have a phone person on the phone line, and I do appreciate that. So please, if you guys can support this channel and support my commentary by liking this video, sharing the video, and really helping me because I want to get to the 500K, y'all. Let's do it. So calling from 678, you're live on the air, 678.
Oh, how you feel, Miss Ruby?
How you doing, baby?
I'm okay.
That's
I just want to
good.
give you a little bit, just a little bit tonight, because they ain't giving you nothing. They need to give you something.
They ain't give me shit, but that's all right. Come on.
I feel sad for him though. I think he's calling out like the daughter. Wasn't the daughter calling out saying she was depressed and wanted to do something to herself?
Yes, she was. And isn't that something?
Yeah.
They're all under the same parenting, and we can't even say the same roof because they were not raised under the same roof. So they were only raised as an illusion under one roof for the benefit of the show, so their parents can benefit and make money. I don't know how much was he getting paid. What did he do with the savings? And if I think good parenting would be, okay, son, all this money that you acquire, when you get to the age of 25, you're going to be able to access it. Or if you do X, Y, and Z, finish college, you'll be able to access it. So I have no idea, what's going on with that situation. He has not come forward to talk about the finances and how he was getting paid on that show.
Yeah. Well, Tiny and T.I. started out young together when they got into business. So I know Tiny had a foundation with her mother and father, because she had a mother and father in the house. But T.I. talked of a sad story about how he was raised. And so I don't think they had the skills to even have children or raise them. But with all the money they have, they should go ahead and get help for those kids, because the daughter was talking about doing something to herself. So I know they see this. I know they look at the internet and see their children calling out. So, I just think it was a bit of selfishness with Tiny and T.I., because even though they wanted to stay in Hollywood and everything, you have to give your kids a direction to go. They can't live in the shadow of their parents. I remember King tried to come out and rap, and because T.I. been doing these comedy shows, so he let King come up, and King couldn't rap, so he just kind of pushed him to the side. And he has to spend time with his kids. I think
they don't want to spend time with these kids. You know that.
Yeah, but they done had all the years with the freaky stuff. At some point you got to grow up.
They can never get enough. What that song called? Never get enough. You never give enough. Never give enough. Never give enough. Never give enough. Never give. I would heat that empty up like never give enough. What's up?
Hey, listen.
What's up?
You gotta set that thing up sometime. I done set my thing up. I don't play like that.
What y'all?
They set that thing up.
They want to play all day. And if you notice in social media in this new age world, everybody just want to stay young. Even if you're 50s, 60s, they want to feel like they're 20. So
yeah,
they're not going to give it up. They're just trying to live their young life.
When you have kids,
they don't care about them damn kids like that. They don't care. They care about the kids when it comes to doing a show, or we want to come and we want to look like a family value. But other than that, they just want to do them.
Well, King ain't finished growing. I don't think his looks is going to stay that way. I think he's going to grow up to be a handsome young man, but he's still a teenager. So I think they should give him a little bit more encouragement. But Miss Ruby, let me ask you a quick question. Did I hear you cheating tonight?
What you mean?
I heard a fan. Did I hear a fan? Did I hear a fan flick earlier?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
That's what I'm talking about. So we discussed about that 5%. I don't know if you remember that. We discussed that 5%.
What happened with the 5%? I
it.
forgot.
That 5% that was still in you.
I
Don't
don't know what you
conversation.
talking about. Girl, you know they gonna run with that shit. What the fuck?
Well, yeah,
Girl.
darling, that's all I was gonna give you a little something because these people need to call in. They need to get these likes up and
right.
call
Where
in.
is the support?
Hard.
Where is the support? Okay, they just like
You
seeing
be
me.
working hard.
They like seeing me struggle. Is that what it is?
Maybe they don't know that they just press that little thing. Press that little thing, y'all. Maybe they don't know. That little thumb, y'all supposed to press that little thumb.
It's okay.
200 of y'all press that little thumb.
It's okay, baby. But I appreciate you, and I thank you for calling. We're going to let you go at this moment. So I'm going to look here. Jerome said the fan is back. We'll see, Jerome. Jerome, we're going to have the fan back for temporary. If the views don't go up, we're going to delete the damn fan, Jerome. Okay? So shit, I'm trying to see what it's gonna do. Is the fan gonna help or what? Nicholas, thank you. Nicolana donated $5. Thank you, Nicolana. I appreciate that. I really do. So we do have another phone call calling from 630. You're live on the air.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you. Y'all make sure y'all get them likes up for Auntie Ruby over here.
Okay.
She working hard with the juice and the stories.
Working.
So y'all better not be sleeping on her. Her time is not free. Don't be wasting it. I'm enjoying it.
Thank you. Any thoughts about? Go ahead.
So King Harris, he does have a lot of issues, and I do agree with the last caller that they need to really look into what's going on with him and get him some counseling because he has some underlying issues, and he is like different from everybody else. He's been that way since on the show T.I. and Tiny show, but T.I. and Tiny are two different age gaps, and they got, they both were basically musicians, so lived their life on the road pretty much, even while having kids. So we know for a fact those children were neglected. And I think that's why Deja, a couple years back, it did come out that she was cutting. It wasn't alleged. She was actually self-harming. So, there was a big thing about that. And then T.I. tried to hide her because he was embarrassing her with, just trying to overly shelter her because of whatever he may have potentially done as a man to women. You know how it could be if you're a man and you have a daughter and you know that you haven't properly treated women. You do worry about your daughter. You should. That's karma. So, I think that's one of T.I.'s major concerns. And, Tiny, too busy chasing Tip. She's an older woman that has a younger man that's way younger than her. They do have a life together and do have a family together. But we all know that Tip was cheating once upon a time, which is why Tiny got into the swinging thing with him. Well, they were already into it, but it became more intensified, and all those crazy, weird stories coming out. If you really think about the Harris family, they really have been exploited because of the parents. And those kids, with whatever the parents were exposing and being exploited to, those children received the backlash, So at the end of the day, it's no surprise or shocker that these kids have trauma. And before he gets as bad as Deja was, and I know that's who's mentoring him, because one thing that I noticed from watching them, in their show was that Deja really paid a lot of attention to King growing up, and like she's really protective of him. It's her younger brother. So she must have herself seen something in her brother that said, dang, this messed up. But it's important that the parents realize that, because if they don't, we could be watching another funeral, another celebrity mishap. Oopsie, that could have been avoided, all because people want to be in the spotlight instead of being a parent when you have kids. When you have kids, like your whole life changed, and it's like you have to view life in a whole nother aspect because it's not for you anymore. It's for that seed that you brought into, that angel that you got from heaven. So now you have to prepare and curate for this new life that needs to be tamed for 18 years. you can't be on the road day in and day out and your kids with the grandma or the nannies or whatever, and they're not being attended to. So that's important to me, and I just really feel bad for those kids. And Tiny was just on online overseas getting her teeth done again, and here we are with your child going through, trauma that you need to be seeing about. So for Tiny and C.I. Harris, pay attention to your kids. Y'all done already had y'all careers. Y'all got plenty of money in the bank. Ain't nothing that y'all can't do but sit y'all behind down and be real parents. It's time to retire. Y'all did real good. I'm proud of y'all for as far as African Americans. But at this point, you've given enough to you. Submit to your children for once. Stop trying to preach to the world and preach to your kids, because now it makes everything that T.I. has said all these years when he tried to prove how intelligent he was, that you really are a fraud, because you couldn't give your children what you're trying to give the world. So that attention that you've given the world, give to them. And thank you, Auntie Ruby.
Yeah, I agree. I think you can tell a lot about the parent by the fruit that they bear. And I'm just looking at all the
Yes.
kids. I don't see the highly intelligence.
Yes.
And especially coming with these kids, they have privilege. They could have went to the best of schools. They could have had tutors. They could have been knowing so much how to play the piano, how to speak in different languages, just so much. But that's
Yeah.
for the parents to enroll them in. And it doesn't seem like they have
But
that.
isn't that the point
They
of
come
moving your
off.
kids?
Go ahead.
Isn't that the point of making a great life for your kids, so they don't ever want to have the desire to expose themselves to the things that you were as a child, if that was your end game? So everything that you're saying, I agree with, because if they did exactly what you just said, we wouldn't be here today with your topic about kings.
Mm-hmm.
If they would have did exactly what you just stated, we wouldn't be here. We would not be here.
Yeah.
So
All their kids, it gives a result of the person down the street. You don't see where is the money really going. I would think that your money is going to invest in your kids, and I don't see where their money is investing in their kids. Do you?
absolutely not. And you know what else? I think that it's celebrities like T.I. and Tiny that care more about their social life and their appearance in the public than they do their personal life and what's intimate in their life that we have to worry about. Because this is BS. We did not have to be here. As much stuff T.I. talk, how hypocritical he is, and they're even saying it in your comments how hypocritical he is. This is a shame. This is a hot mess.
Mhm. It just shows, in
And they're
my
not even
feeling,
doing anything.
the parents seems to be selfish, just self-centered,
That,
all about themselves, and feeling like, hell,
exactly.
y'all will be fine. Everybody else went through it. Because you do have parents that feel like, well, my parents ain't give me nothing. Even though they have stuff to give, they will not, based on the trauma they went through as a child.
Yeah, Steve Harvey didn't want to give to his kids, and he ended up giving to Marjorie's kids. So it ended up making these people look like an ass, like they've made an ass out of themselves.
Mhm.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. I'm gonna look in the comment section instead. In fairness, Ti and Tip, it's easier for us to say that they should have done. As parents, we don't always get it right as much as we try. Not a parent is perfect. Well, I think we all understand that. However, when it comes to all this time of doing these whore tours and doing all these sugar boogers. I mean, T.I. has a lot of claims against him over the years, and that time could have been spent investing in his child or his kids, just spending more time with them, loving them, educating himself so he can give more and give back to his kids. Because how his kids is producing and what they're doing now, it really doesn't I don't get it. I don't see it. And listening to them and their experience, it also aligns with they didn't get it either. So we're not blind. I know some people want us to be blind to the bullshit, but we're not Stevie Ray to the bullshit. We see what's in front of us. It's a lot
Not
of
only that,
people
Auntie Ruby.
that are 18 years old that did not have the money that TI parents have, and they're doing very well for themselves. They're, up in their academics. Their future is bright. They're not troubled kids, all because their parents was investing so much love. Their parents was investing morals and values within them. Their parents was investing their kids to have respect for authority. Okay. So it doesn't take all the money in the world, but when you do have money, you would think you invest in your kids in the right way. And like people say, you can see it by the fruit it bears. When you plant the tree, when it comes up, and if the fruit is rotten, something went wrong. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's right, Auntie Ruby. No, I was listening to how beautifully you just stated that because that's the truth. And we're not saying that everyone should quit their careers because I see that in the comment as well. What I'm saying is when we're talking specifically about the topic and Ti and Tiny Hair, we're talking about two people who've been in the game for over a decade.
Mhm.
Tiny was back from the 90s. Ti was from the early 2000s. You have plenty of time to save and get money, and they're not even doing anything right now, is what I'm saying. And that's the only reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. Is for the last few years, they haven't been very active. So you've had the time to spend with your children. You have the time to correct and pay attention. Because we wasn't seeing King out here this bad until recently, just the past 2 years. So, with that being said, if we're just particularly talking about that circumstance and in that window, yeah, they have more than enough time. And Ti and Tiny are in their mid 40s. So we're not talking about 18-year-olds like Auntie Ruby said. That's the biggest thing here. We're not talking about children raising children. We're talking about legends raising children. These are people of wisdom in their 40s, late 40s,
And
not
not
20s, not 30s.
only that, these are the role models in your Black community. I mean, these are the leaders.
That's right. And
It,
Ti
and
is always telling us how to live and what to do, and he's always preaching to the public and online preaching. Those same core values that you were trying to give we the people, you should have been instilling in your household and making sure they got it first because they are a replica, an example of you. See, people follow, where it makes sense. And if I see you leading a crowd of, advantaged people, I want to be a part of that. But if I see the
right.
people around you that you're supposed to be preaching to are failing, it's going to tell me that you're full of crap. And I should
Hmm.
listen to nothing you say because you couldn't do it in your own home. It starts at home
Not
and then
one of
spreads
them.
abroad. Not one,
And it's a lot of them.
not one of them. It is. And what's sad about it is you can't even state one. You can't even say one of their kids are doing great. The oldest one's Zonique, who is Tiny's daughter. She got a crazy situation. She's just a young girl living in her young age, but still, it's like right now you should be doing something more important with your life than what you're doing with this guy and your baby. Y'all should be doing something else, creating a businesses, because of who your parents are. You have to make your parents feel too that you're worth the investment with their money as well. You can't expect a handout. I do understand that. But at a certain age, I mean, come on, look at Reginae. Reginae doing good, moving around, and she and Zonique are good friends. Been
Who?
friends since
You said
childhood.
Reginae?
Yeah, Reginae and Zonique are good
Oh,
friends, but they split up over the past few years, is what I'm saying,
yeah.
because there's a difference there in the lifestyle and behavior, and you could tell.
Hmm. But also
But
I think that I don't know how fair it is for the kids to have them on that show because you don't know how that's going to affect them. And always having the pressure of you need to be something special because once you're famous, people always have these expectations. What are you doing? Are you about to do something great or you just fell off? And I'm sure that can be a lot of pressure on them at such a young age.
yeah, that's true. That's very much true. But I do think those kids need help. I think a lot of parents need to just focus on like the core values of our kids in our community because they are our future at the end of the day. That goes for even myself as a mom. I'm a mom too, and I do understand those things, and I wouldn't be saying them if I didn't understand. You don't want to ever see your kids fail or cross over before you or anything like
Mm,
that. You always want to see them win. You always want them to outlast you because they're your lineage, they're your legacy. So you failing them is your failure. Them failing is your failure because they
yeah.
are a part of you. They come from you. So from that aspect, I don't see what kind of love that you as a parent would need to have to understand that. But that's something that should come natural. That's a natural thing. That's deeper than a marriage. When you have kids, your children are deeper than that marriage because they need you to learn. They need you to survive. They need you to teach them core values to navigate this world. They only know what you teach them. A man come equipped. That's already pre-built. Your seed, that's a raw creation of you. That's a gift. So if you don't nurture it and water that seed to make it a beautiful, strong plant, then who could you blame?
You
And
can't blame
then when you're a
anybody.
celebrity like T.I. and Tiny, the world gets to see it and they get to see your children's failure. And your children go into major depression. See, what we regular people don't experience with our kids, these kids and who parents are in the limelight, they experience the type of trauma where people on social media, regular fans and haters, come and attack them. And guess what? They become in this state of frozenness. They don't know how to navigate that in their mind because guess what? They ain't never been through it. How do you even talk to your parents about something like that? But if you as a parent don't have that type of empathy or compassion for your children, how do you even approach your children to see if they're okay dealing with a situation like that?
Yeah.
So that's all that I'm saying is that I'm not down in either one of them and I'm not telling them to quit their lives, but at the end of the day, we all must understand that when you're an adult and you have children, it doesn't matter if they're your kids or not. If you're older than somebody and that person is around you constantly, you're kind of responsible for them
Well,
and what you allow them to see
yeah, and from
and do.
my
Like, don't do it
standpoint,
around me.
yeah, I'm speaking for the kids because a lot of these kids they don't know how to articulate it at this age. So when they get older, they know how to more so and to understand what exactly what was going on and what they needed at the time. So it's clear as day. They're telling their parents they needed them more. They needed to be around. They wanted them to pour into them to teach them different things, to have them involved in different things that are greater, because all of them on social media, they're you would think with the advantages that they have, they would be so much more happier and far in life than what they are, but they're just like your average niggas down the street that ain't had a head start, and they have such an advantage.
They do have an advantage, Auntie Ruby, but if it's just like this. It's a lot of people in this world, and you can take away and exclude just rich people because we're talking just regular upper middle class people with children as well, who could afford their children decent lives and who have money. But that them having a lot of money means that they have to work very hard, and they're required to be gone. So those children that have all that money, yeah, they got material things, but that nurturing, that love, that essence of a parent, that sense of knowing that you have that stability. They don't have that. That genuine love, them seeing how their friends' parents treat them and the relationships and genuinity that they have and the connection, genuine connection that you don't have with yours because your parent is constantly on the road or they're constantly working. Even though they're working for you, they're doing it for you, yes. But that don't mean that it don't affect you on a most important level in your life as a kid. When you're an adult, you don't need your parents' nurturing. It's not that important because you grown. But when you that young, you're supposed to already been done had that. See those beginning stages that they were supposed to have in nurturing, their children, their parents were on the road working, doing what they had to do to make sure that their kids could have a good life. But meanwhile,
Well,
those
they said
children
they
lost a
was
lot
on the
because of that.
road doing whore tours. They wasn't doing exactly what they need to do. They didn't have a strict, oh my God, I'm working hard for these kids. They were doing a lot of things. And CC29 says, well, how far should a 19-year-old be? He's not in a race. You know, I feel that this world is competitive and we are all in a race, whether we know it or not. But besides that point, at least their parents instill in them respect for authority. He doesn't even have
Yeah.
that. The way he treated that homeless individual and so many other instances where he has no respect for authority, that comes with upbringing. But I guess his grandmother, his parents neglected him and dropped him off with his grandma, according to him. And I can't blame the grandma because she raised all of her kids. So she was just helping out.
I agree, and I heard that same thing about their upbringing too. But their parents was working. I know during the time when they were young, Ti was still acting, making Fast and Furious and a few other movies during that time. So he was still kind of in the game. It was Tiny that was off for a while. She took off, so she was really supposed to be responsible for the kids. Escape had an era where they weren't even active. And then even when they had that show and they tried to bring the kids on with them, I heard that wasn't even really where they lived. And that, like you said, the kids were living with the grandmother and not with them. So the need to go follow behind a man, which is like I said in the very beginning, which is what Tiny was doing, chasing Tip while he was on the road, instead of really being home with your kids while you're not working and while you took that time off, we wouldn't be here. But also, I think a lot of times people like to hide that their children have disabilities, especially when you're in the limelight. We watch King grow up on TV. You can tell that he has a slight disability. We don't know exactly what it is, but he does have a slight disability. It's obvious. And with him having that and them not nurturing that and nurturing him, the outcome seems to be anger and disrespect. That's a lash out. That's a lash out for not being heard or understood. He's crying for attention in more ways than what people are acknowledging. And that's on them. That's not on him because he grew up to be what he was going to be from the neglect that he had from having hardworking parents on the road. So I would never down a child or I don't play that, but I'm just saying, like, as far as responsibility wise, that's all on Ti and Tiny. These kids are a representation of their upbringing, how they was rooted. They ain't doing nothing different than what they been made to feel okay to do. You don't just one day start acting out in the street. You don't one day just start being weird to homeless people. You've been like that.
Yeah, what he
You've
did
been
to the
allowed to do that.
homeless people was so cruel. It was like a setup, like he likes to pick on the vulnerable, so I think that is very disturbing. And that's just
Because it was done to him. That's a repeated cycle. It's
yeah.
just like any type of victim. You have a repeated cycle of things. Somebody was making him feel that way. And when you don't watch your kids or when you leave your kids with people who genuinely don't like you because you just want to get away or go out with your friends or do this and that for a couple dollars, you putting your child in the most dangerous situation because guess what? However that person feel about you that they scared to address you, they gonna put that on your kid.
Mm.
And it ain't even gotta be that. It could be the fact that you are a wealthy individual, your kids are wealthy, But guess what? You ain't never around and you don't invest in my life, so my kids can do whatever they want to your kids. I'm not
Well,
gonna
yeah,
tell my child not to
it's
pick
gonna
on your.
be I definitely believe that it will be a target on your back. If you're popular or your parents are popular, it will be a target on your back. That's why, a lot of celebrities, not, some, they shield their kids from social media. They shield their kids from the public and all in protection. And, some parents in celebrity world, they want their kids to have a normal life because they know how messed up a mind can get. That's just been so consumed with the public and social media, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we see these stars, the Disney stars. I got so much attention and were very popular, from the Britney Spears to the Amanda, all of them, or Orlando Brown. It weighs heavy on them.
Yeah, it does. Everybody needs love, attention, affection. And it all boils down to the parents and what they were supposed to do in the very beginning. Now, some people do feel like if you miss the stage, you just missed the stage, and now you're supposed to just get it. And that's just something that people got to accept. So I do get that, because everybody parent ain't gonna be empathetic or sympathetic. Everybody's not the same. So you can have some parents that's like, oh well, you 18, you grown, it's your life. If you want counseling, you get counseling. If you want me to come to family counseling, sign me up. I'll be there. You have parents like that. Now, what type of parents do he have? We'll know later once we see how they deal with this situation.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we know what happened with Deja. Deja ended up doing self-harm to herself because she couldn't take whatever was going on at home. Whatever was happening in that household, in her life, she felt the need to, she didn't want to be here. And she spoke about that. That's serious in that household. So I wouldn't dare criticize. I want these people to really do right by this little boy. Because if one of your children already went halfway, who's to say that he can't flip and go all the way? I had a cousin who did a similar thing, only with a shower curtain, and he didn't make it from that. And his mother had to walk into that scene and unravel her child. See, so I know about hidden things, and it's not okay. That's why I feel the way I feel about this little boy, because it should never be like that for a child. And even at 18, 19, he's still a baby. You ain't really grown till you hit 25. You're still a kid if you're still learning. You're making all your first mistakes as an adult for the very first time. So I would still consider you a child because you're still a fool bump in your head. You learn it. But by him being a celebrity and his father being T.I. and his mother being Tiny, like you said, he has a target on his back. So he can't afford to make the same mistakes that a regular kid would make that age.
But who's protecting him? He seemed like he has no protection.
I know, and that's what concerns me, because I'll be trying to figure out when all this stuff goes down with him, where is his parents half the time?
And we know how T.I. and Tiny, we know how they talk to him, and it's not helpful at all. If they were my parents and I'm projecting, oh my God, I would just probably, I don't know what, I can't, shit. You better off just going on social media and just taking random people advice, other than getting advice from Tiny and T.I.
At this point.
Who is taking life advice from Tiny or T.I.? But yeah, it doesn't seem like he has other people that is going to be like a father figure in his life, or someone that he can respect enough to listen to. But then again, I don't know if his parents raised them to have respect for authority and for elders, because how he did that homeless person, it lets me know they did not instill him to have respect for elders. at all, or people that has less than you, or not, you know, as much as you do, because the guy that they did that trick on, if you guys did not know, uh, this guy, King Harris, he was with a group of guys and they found a black homeless guy. Um, and they told him, I will give you $50 if you eat this substance. And this substance was banned because a lot of people have went to the hospital. I don't know if people died from it, but it was so dangerous. So he got his video camera out because he intentionally wanted to get money from it. He intentionally wanted to get fame from it, almost like how his parents did him as a child, and they were doing him pranks or whatever, I don't know. But he thought it was funny to put it in the guy's mouth. And I guess he lost the bet because you're supposed to go 5 minutes without asking for water, and they kind of bamboozled him to keep on trying to, you need to drink, you need to drink, you need to drink, so they didn't even give him the whole 50. I believe he gave him half of that, and he was like, you should be appreciative because I don't supposed to give your ass anything because you asked for water within the 5 minutes. And just his attitude and demeanor, it was just so like a monster. And for him to be that young, that he got this from somewhere.
That's the truth. And you know what? It's so crazy because I don't even know how many people actually saw that, but that's exactly what happened. And his sense of entitlement and just how ugly he was, like he don't even know. That's the type of stuff that makes regular people want to come snatch you up. And he don't even know you in Atlanta, baby, somewhere that ain't too safe.
Yeah.
I would be scared to live out there. But
And
even
True
if you're
Light,
rich and not gated community or not, huh?
yeah, True Light, one person says, you guys are taking things too far. He was just going through a phase just like anybody else. Well, anybody else don't have a phase of hurting people and recording it on
That's right.
camera. Did you ever have a phase where you wanted to see people hurt and video record it?
And not only that, if you seen one of your kids that was his age hanging out with him and he was doing that, wouldn't you tell your kid don't be around that boy because you know he's trouble and you don't want your child caught up in something like that? I would definitely tell my son don't be around him. If I'd have seen that online and King was my son's friend, he would no longer be able to hang around him, 18 or 19 or not. Because in my opinion, that boy headed for danger. And don't nobody care enough about him to get him in line. So I wouldn't want that for my child. And I would encourage him, even though it wouldn't stop him at that age, probably. But my
Yeah.
encouragement would definitely be that. And I would let the mother know how I felt too. So we were on the same accord. Wouldn't be no
Mhm.
problem for me to call up Tiny and say that. That's
Yeah,
what parents do. We have dialogue.
that man
That's how you keep your kids safe.
Yeah, that man could have lost his life. You're right. Because that what he
Yeah.
was telling that homeless man to take was known to be dangerous. And he knew the danger of that food. It was not hot sauce on a chip. No, this was substance was deadly. It was banned and he did it. And he's so young, that he's been influenced or parenting in a different way or neglect to pick up those habits. Somebody True Light says, I've done some dumb things. Well, that's not dumb things. That is an evil thing to get off on hurting someone. But I've learned from my actions. That's where I'm coming from as a parent. Your thoughts on that? My thoughts on it is if you as a 19, I've did you guys ever wanted to make somebody take a substance that could kill them and to video record it?
Absolutely not.
If you
Absolutely
have
not.
a
My intention
plus
has never
two,
been.
even when you were a child, did you ever want to inflict pain on somebody and get off on that? Have a group of people around watch you inflict pain on somebody while recording it? If you ever did that as a child, press 1. If you never done it, press 5. And that's not a dumb thing. I think that's so how can I say it does it's so sad for you to label it a dumb thing because it almost give it like okay, you can do it because that's dumb and people do dumb things. So if you want to hurt somebody, it's dumb. It's not dumb. It's very dangerous. It's life threatening. It's something that you take serious. You don't just sweep it under the rug. What is dumb? What do you call something that's dumb? 630, what would you say is dumb? What's your definition of dumb?
Exactly what he did in that case, because if that man would have croaked over and the police would have wondered what happened to that man, it would have led back to him. So now you got to go your butt and sit down at the police department, get interrogated, tell a whole story about what's going on, and hope and pray to God that the state don't choose to indict you. So yeah, I think that was very dumb.
I
That's the
think it
same
was
thing
very
as
evil. I think it was evil.
it was.
I think it was harsh. I think it was dangerous, but dumb, no. When I think
I
about when
think
I
it
was a
was dumb
child,
because you don't know.
some stuff that I did
You don't know.
dumb. My perspective on dumb is I'm trying to think what's some dumb stuff that I did. Okay, dumb. What did I do? Okay, what did I do that was dumb?
Like dumb stuff that I did as a kid growing up probably was lend my car to my friend and they end up wrecking my car, getting my car towed. That is something that's dumb to me that I
That I
did.
will call
But
that
like,
irresponsible.
yeah, that was dumb. You can call it
Yeah.
what you want. I think it was dumb. Made a big mistake there.
Yeah, that's a big ass mistake right there. Okay. But dumb, to me, dumb is like me cheating on a test. That's dumb. To me, that's my ideal
Yeah,
of
because you know
dumb.
you should have studied.
Right. It's me asking one time, I was in school, high school, and I asked my friend before the test, I said, could I look at your answers before the test? I think that was dumb. I will label that as dumb. That is a dumb thing that I did. Another dumb thing that I did was when she told me that, yeah, she got my back, but when it was time to take the test, she then said, no, she's not going to allow me to cheat on her test this time. And I got mad at her. I think that's another dumb thing that I did because I was so entitled from cheating on her when she said no. I was mad. I said, girl, you should have told me this shit the other day. I could have found somebody else to cheat on, bitch. Shit. But to me, those things, those are dumb. That is so dumb of me. That's so lazy and dumb. That's what I will call lazy and dumb. Okay?
Yeah, the child, that's the child, that's dumb stuff. But he's 19, so I was thinking like stuff at his age. But yeah, kid stuff like when you in school and you doing weird stuff like that, when you know you're supposed to do better because you don't know what's really going on, and the teacher could switch up the test for anything, but you're supposed to been done study. So yeah, as a kid,
Yeah.
that's some dumb stuff.
And I
But his
think
butt know
that
better because
we
he's 19.
yeah.
He knew people have health problems, and that's why I said his actions was dumb.
But if
Because
you
old enough
don't
to know that people got health
but if you
problems,
don't
and you don't
have
know what their circumstance is. And that stuff was too spicy because that was the hot chip challenge that he gave him. The one chip challenge, I believe it was. And on an empty stomach, that's even worse. So you ain't even gonna get a man no food first, no bread.
that was
You
a
ain't giving him, you
homeless
telling him he
person.
can't drink no water, and he homeless. You know he gonna do it, and all you offer him is $50. It's like you a clown for even approaching a situation like that. Cause all you got is $50, and your daddy Ti and your mama Tiny. You should have told that old man, "Let me bless you, old man. I got $200. Let me put you in a hotel tonight. If I put you in a room, you gonna make sure I take care. You take care of this room. Can you be responsible?" That's what he was supposed to do. That would have set the world off. But what he did was clownish, and it makes you want to say, "Keep my daughter away from you," because if you're 19 and you that dumb to give a homeless man a chip, you might think it's cool to give my daughter something that she don't need. So no, I don't want you around. You're a creep. Move around until you get right.
Yeah. And
That's just the bottom line.
These were not just regular chips. These were chips that were banned, that was sending people to the hospital. They were very dangerous.
Yeah, the one chip challenge.
And
that's the one chip challenge, and they still have them in 7-Eleven, in some 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Now I know that you feel like King should know better, but I argue this. How could he know better if his parents didn't instill that in him? If his parents did not instill in him how important and crucial it is for him to be a protector in these streets, that you don't inflict harm on anybody, especially your own people in these streets. And that is something you don't tell a child just one time. That's something you repeatedly raise in your child as they grow older. That is something that you instill in them as a child from elementary, middle school, high school. It will be ingrained in them to know this is not right. And for him to do it and to video record it and to put it out on social media, he did not have the knowledge to know this was wrong. He was ignorant to that because nobody ever protected him against the world, protected him to say, hey, even if you are this wicked of a person, why do it on social media? Are you not aware of the backlash that you're going to receive? And I promise you that he did not want that backlash. He thought it was something that was funny, but he didn't have the guidance of people telling him, this is not what you want, and he did apologize, I believe, afterwards, but that was not the outcome that he wanted from that. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
No. She said, I'm going to pause this shit.
No, because I have to let you speak as the host, and if I have background noise, then I always mute it out of respect for your show.
Oh, you so precious. I appreciate that.
Hearing how rude my house is. But yeah, no, I agree with you. That's why I didn't say anything. It's not worth saying something when somebody already saying everything that's accurate, because I agree with what you're already saying. But in the reality, I look at it from multiple angles. And yeah, I hear you from there, but that just to me make him more dangerous, because if we're gonna take on the idea that he's just that screwed up in the head and he just don't know anything, then now you become a danger. Now I need to be careful, because what don't you know? And let's be clear, because you show signs of a psychopath, if that's the case. Because this is the little things that you letting us see. We don't know what we ain't seen yet, but that's just what you felt comfortable on camera to do in front of us to test how we will respond, man. So if we respond in a positive way that helps him out in some way, he'll do more things like that. I guarantee you, if social media rooted for that behavior, he would be doing more disgusting things. The real him will probably come out. But there's nothing that can make me think that this little boy have any type of empathy based off how he was talking to the man. It's one thing to do a hot chip challenge. That's fine. There's no problem there. Even if you know right or wrong, it's still that person's consent to eat it or not. So you can't put the blame on him all the way anyway to the circumstance. But what I can say is your intent behind it, how you speaking to this man directly while you're talking to him, how you're trying to play with money with him, knowing that he don't have anything anyway. What you didn't have to do was come as an opportunist and entice him, because he didn't have to even think or assume that he had $50 even coming to him. You don't even know if that man was hungry, really didn't have nowhere to go. He could have probably just needed some soap or something. You don't know.
That man was homeless. You could tell he was out of it. He could have been dealing with, mental, you know what I'm saying, his mindset. But he was just a guy on the street, and he was desperate for money. And that was just so evil, to get somebody that that would do anything for money.
Anyway, it was only $50.
Yeah, that's
an average person has.
But so this is a homeless person. A homeless person, $50 for a homeless person, that's like everything. So you toy with a person.
That's
yeah, with the king, that's him. But the fact that he
Yeah.
knows this with this homeless person, and the thing is, he likes to toy with vulnerable people that he sees less than or not aware or not knowledgeable. He can never play those games with someone intelligent. So he has to go down to the gutter where people don't know any better, to trick them, to do horrible acts to themselves for his entertainment. And to me, that whole ideology is so dangerous. I get off on making people do dangerous stuff for my entertainment. Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably thought he was gonna get a show or something from that. Remember how like that's remember have you ever heard of the show called Jackass? Yeah, there used to be a show back in the early 2000s called Jackass. And it was like a prank show where these white guys were running around and they would do pranks on people, mostly celebrities and stuff too. But it was a fun show, nevertheless, for what it was worth. But they did some fucked up shit. Excuse my language, but they did. It was bad because those guys today, if you look on the internet and you see them now, one of them, I think, passed away, and a few of them have mental issues because of all the stuff that they were doing. And I think that was the angle that he could have been going in.
Yeah, I can see that. You got to leave those pranks. Did you hear about it? Was a prank. A guy was in the mall and he kept on messing with this guy, physically grabbing him, and the guy shot him. And now the guy is going to jail for defending himself. And the prankster guy said he's going to continue to do these pranks and videotape them.
And that's sad.
I just think that is so sick.
That's stupid. I'm sorry.
I mean, can you imagine somebody likes to prank you, like prank and robbery? I'm going to sneak into your window at night and video record you to put it on camera because I want to see you get scared, and I just want to go and prank people like that.
He gonna prank the wrong person because not everybody play like that.
Nobody. Who wants? But who? I just. Who wants that? I don't want to invite that type of. Do you ever want that type of prank invited to your home?
No, I wouldn't even fool with anybody who thought that something like that was funny, because at the end of the day, you're violating me. You've number one breaking and entering. You're committing a crime.
Right. I mean, at this point, they're gonna be pranking and doing anything as a prank. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out, why aren't these people pressing charges to stop them? Like, what is the problem? Like, this is my thing. Everything. It seems like everybody is okay with social media allowing people to do whatever they want for likes and views.
Well, that's just how it is. That's how the way it's going. It seemed like. But I feel that
because even Holly Bailey's boyfriend DDG, somebody just broke into his house and slapped him allegedly. I don't know how true or not it is, but it was something that I just seen yesterday or today.
He said it was fake.
He was mad about it.
He said, "You really think somebody will come in here and hit me? Like, you guys are dumb." Like he always lies and trolls.
Yeah, because that's creepy to think that when you know that you got somebody that actually is really doing pranks like that, and then you hear of that happening to a celebrity, it will make you think that, because people are really out here doing that. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm not the type of person who you could just come up in my house because I carry a license.
Child, so they're going to be pranking everything. How about this? Your husband prank you. He put a blindfold on you and he start eating your kitty cat, but it's another man, or he get another woman to do it. Prank. How about that for a motherfucking prank? You see, this shit going way far, okay? This prank, look at you laughing.
Because that confused the heck out of a lot of people.
Hell yeah. You know that they already do it. It just ain't get popular yet.
You done created some whole other stuff. I'm gonna have to check out your late night show, your grown folks show.
Okay, shit. Maybe I need to start pranking doing that shit. It's like I'm not gonna do that shit.
No, you're gonna have a podcast making up these scenarios and people gonna be living out your infatuations of what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. And then they'll love to have the person running after a person out the house or some shit, for entertainment.
Oh my Lord. You done made that's $1 million job right there. Imagine the people that would actually call in
and watch it.
So that's crazy. Anyway, Auntie Ruby, it has been lovely. I appreciate you.
I thank you for being my friend. Thank you.
Yes, and I'm gonna go down in the bottom and finish watching like everybody else.
I appreciate you. All right, we're gonna let her go. Calling from 313, you're live on the air.
Hey, Miss Gigi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for calling in.
Can you hear me? I'm not echoing or anything.
Nah, you good.
Okay, cool. So anyway, I just wanted to say I just started listening to your show probably a couple of months ago. And I've been listening, and it keeps me up. It's like my soap opera.
Oh, thank you, baby.
It's like an ongoing soap opera. It's very entertaining, and I just appreciate you taking the time out with these topics because half the time you say what I'm thinking.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna try to keep this short because I don't want to hog the time in case you have other callers. But I just basically wanted to say that based on the T.I. and Tiny situation, again, we looking on the outside. We don't know them. We're just going by what we see. They also had a reality show. So, of course, they're showing their life. And basically, a lot of times reality show is not really reality. It's, we all know it's fake.
But we don't know that. But that's another thing that a lot of people, they are so invested that they think everything they see is real.
Exactly. So it's not really reality. But what I was about to say about T.I. and Tiny, now, I don't know how many children they have. I can't remember. It's like 7 at least or something. Somebody can just put it in the chat and let me know. But my point is, you can't pick your parents when you're born, okay? That's factual. Anytime you're born and your parents have good sense and you're not starving, you're not on the corner, that's half the battle. That's a blessing right there. However, as a parent that can make that decision to bring the kids into the world, to me, you have to base it on your capability. And a lot of people have children based on selfish decisions. Now, if you're a parent and you want a child and you might have made a mistake and got pregnant, you were 16, 18, you had a kid and it was hard. And then maybe you say, okay, well, I made a mistake. Why in the hell will you go have 5 more and make it even harder? So we have to use common sense. Sometimes people make mistakes. I get it. No one's perfect. I don't believe in running around just having kids and, or not having them and going to the clinic. You know what I'm talking about. But at the same time, it's a level of responsibility. Some people have children because they I want to have 5 kids because when I get old, I want them to take care of me. Well, let me tell you, if you don't raise them properly and don't instill values in them, you can have 10 kids and you can be hospitalized and only 1 kid come visit your ass. I see it because I work at one.
Right.
Okay. So just because you have a bunch of kids doesn't mean you're going to be taken care of. You got to hope out of those 10 kids, you install some values in one of them.
Can I just say, hold on, she preaching right, y'all. It's a lot of these parents that got a lot of kids and they did not instill anything in these kids, no values, and their kids don't give a damn about them. And they at their old big age wondering why their kids treat them the way they treat them. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Exactly. So no, you good. It's your show, boo. I'm waiting. Hey, it's your show. This is you in control of this situation. I just wanted to say that was my one point. And my second point is, as far as T.I. and Tiny, because I don't want to get too off track, they're millionaires, okay? So, like a caller mentioned before, not your last caller, I think it was a caller before her, she mentioned that, they had money, they were on the road, but I agree that Tiny, when T.I. was popping, Tiny was chilling because as we know, Escape had broken up. So she had time. I don't know what else she was doing that I could visually see. Maybe she has businesses that we didn't know about, but nevertheless, she wasn't touring with Escape. And that's all I know her for, you know, me personally. And I can be ignorant to that, you know, fact. The second thing is, I remember watching that show and she wanted another baby. Bless that little baby. She's so sweet, that little young one. But I think major in that little girl is how they are, because Tiny had the time with them a little more than what she did with King, you know, and the other children. Which shows you that these kids need time. They need to feel love.
Yes.
You can have 5 children. You can have 5 children and be a lawyer and a doctor, and 4 of your children smart, go to college, and you still have that other kid that go rob somebody and in jail. And then it can be the reverse. You can have a parent that does drugs and they're not in a home and have 5 kids, and you still get one that becomes a lawyer, which shows you have to sit with your children and learn their behaviors and learn their needs. I might not need as much as attention because I'm self-sufficient, where this other child might need more attention. And that's where you might have to invest your time into that child. But if you're having kids back to back and you're not there, you don't have the time to give them to assess that. So you're not assessing that, and you keep getting pregnant and having more. It's too late, because you have to mold the children out when they come out the womb. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be saying at 20 years old, oh, we need to take them to counseling. This boy can vote now. You should have been molding him when he was 1 and 2. Because now he's molded. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean King cannot change. But when they start getting 20, they're going to have to realize on their own as an adult, where did I go wrong? And he needs some other, maybe positive role models in his, his world that can guide him through. It's never too late for anybody.
It's never too late. If you 50, 60,
2 years old,
it's never too late.
Exactly.
It's just more you got to unpack.
Exactly. It's layers to life. I can think about now, my mom, I'm the only child. I have a half brother, but she told me when I got old enough, she said, I didn't have any more children because it was hard. Shit. She said, I left your father. We got divorced. And I was working for the city, but I realized I just didn't want to do that again. And when I tell you I'm fine, I was spoiled, but not a spoiled brat. It's a different. I had a job when I was 16 at McDonald's. I had my own bank account. She showed me how to manage money. She showed me how to be independent and self-sufficient, and as well as go to school and make my own mistakes. Beautiful. But I thank her because she can invest in me, whereas maybe if she had a couple of other children, it might not have been that way. She might not have been able to have that much time. She knew her capabilities. So these parents that don't know their capabilities or don't even care to know, that's selfish, because you're having kids for yourself. That's not why you have kids. And that's why you have the world is so effed up right now, because you got all these grown people that didn't get nurturing when they were younger, and they're on the internet telling everybody else how to be a parent, and they ain't even at home. You need a parent in the house. You got to cook for these kids. These kids living off fast food because you got to work. You got to pay the bills. So hell, if you're already struggling with 2, why the hell go have 2 more? I mean, I'm just making it make sense. I'm just asking. Did somebody answer that?
Well, I can try to role play and answer it. Why I have more.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready.
Because I got with Sean, and Sean seemed like a different man, and he wanted kids. He always wanted a son. And I told him I can give him a son. And I just thought we was gonna really work out.
So you was with Sean. How long did you know Sean?
Probably 6 months.
Okay. Did Sean have any other kids or no?
He have 2 daughters, but he don't got no son though. And this is what he wanted, a son. All these men want a son, right? He want a son.
I know that, but so what is his other kids? Where are their parents at? Is it one mother or is it 2? I'm just asking.
See, that's the thing about Sean, and our situation is so good because he don't even really spend time with them kids. So I know when I have his kid, he will really spend time with me and the son because he really want a son anyway. And the mama, she's just a horrible individual. Like, he tell me all about her. She is such a horrible person. And he want to spend time with his kids, but she make it so hard. So he's not the type of man that's going to take them kids away from the mother. So he decided just to let her have it. He's so nice. He's so considerate. Yeah.
Well, it sounds
Uh-huh.
like to me you probably didn't get do a good enough background check on Sean or whatever his name is, because in my opinion, just because he want a son, if he's not taking care of the two that he already have, why would you even think that you're gonna make it any better? That's the problem with you females that don't even self-assess the situations prior and look at the red flags. You have to look at the red flags. If he's not taking care of the two, the son is not gonna make a difference. And if by chance he had a brain fart and decided that, oh, I want to be a better man because I have a son now, that shows his lack of integrity, and that still should be a turnoff to you. So if a man doesn't take care of his kids, that should be a turnoff. So why would you even be interested? And who molded you growing up? You got to love yourself. Kids don't make a man stay with you.
Yeah, but I got to think about my kids too.
And I might have to think, ma'am, and I might have to give it to you raw dog. A lot of you young girls are out here without fathers that and you're searching for love in these men. And that's not how you get love. You have to love yourself first. That's the problem. So they need to have more educators.
But I do love myself. I love myself.
You could love yourself, but you need to love yourself a little more, okay? You need to work a little harder and love yourself a little more.
Well, let me tell you how I love myself, okay? First of all, I always got Brazilian in my hair. My feet and my hands is always done. I'm always wearing the best of the best. I always got a nice luxury car. You know, I always smell good. Like, I really care about myself because I look good. You know, I'm not fat or nothing like that. My waist is small. Huh?
Is it? Your waist is gonna be small when he knock you up. Then what you gonna do? Go get an operation like everybody else do?
Well, he said he gonna really be a father this time, and I need a father for my kids or whatever. So I think it's gonna work. Like, why you gotta be so negative? Like, I'm happy, he's happy, and I just think you want to steal my joy. I just feel like you want to steal my joy.
Well, you know what? I don't have to steal your joy because your joy gonna get stolen once you get knocked up and realize Sean gonna be on to the next. I'm trying to help you, sis, before you jack yourself up ahead of time. It's called being proactive. You understand that? Do you know what proactive means?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I can't help who I love. I can't help who I love.
And I understand that. And how old are you, ma'am?
I'm 24.
Okay, so you're still young. You have time. But once you get a little older, you're going to realize it doesn't matter about your Brazilian hair, your cars. First of all, if you're not owning a home, you're going out the world ass backwards anyway, okay? Anytime your clothes is more than what's in your house, you're going out the world ass backwards. And if that's not happening, you have a little growing up to do. So I'm going to give you some time. Maybe when you get in your 30s and 40s, you'll understand the purpose of ownership and getting your shit together before you go let a guy knock you up. But if you had one ignorant
I don't
want
to own a home. Hold on. I don't want to own a home. I just think that's so masculine. And I want to live with my man. And if I did own a home, what man gonna want to live with a woman? I don't want that type of man, you know? So I want him to have a home and I'm gonna live with him and he gonna take care of me. But that's just too much.
Well, you know what? It sounds to me, and maybe I'm being a little harsh. I'm gonna come back a little bit because that's the problem. A lot of times people are not receptive when you're not knowledgeable and you didn't get the love and guidance as a youth, in your youth and as a child. But at some point, you have to love yourself first, okay? And loving yourself first is making sure you can take care of yourself and you don't have a baby for somebody else, okay? You have it for yourself. And even then, make sure you're stable. But if you don't have anybody around you and you're thinking that weaves and having all this flashy stuff and you don't have really technically a pot to piss in to throw it out, you're probably going to be one of those people that be on the internet asking for a GoFundMe, but they sitting in front of the debt, which really annoys the hell out of me. Okay? So I don't want you to be in that group of people and that surrounding. So I'm trying to give you some advice ahead of time. That's all I'm trying to do, ma'am.
Yeah,
well, you're not a ma'am. Somebody in the chat said, you're 24, so sis. We're going to call you sis.
Well,
Sister man.
I don't know. I feel like you're kind of angry inside, like you need to take a chill pill, like you just doing too much. And I'm
And
happy
maybe
over
I am
here.
because I'm
So
passionate.
I don't
Okay, it's
want to
called
be
passionate.
angry. I don't want to be like angry and bitter and mad at other people. Like I like the life that I live. I mean, he really treats me good. I don't have to want for nothing. And I like being taken care of. I don't want to do the whole work.
Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of people just want things handed to them and not really do the work themselves. And so my thing is this, and if I can just give you some advice, because I don't want to be aggressive, because like I said, maybe you're not receptive to that. Everybody's methods or they receive information differently. And I know that because I'm older than you. So I will say this, at some point, you have to have your own stuff together because you can't depend on Sean, Derek, Peanut, or Pookie to bail you out. And when you won't be able to get your luxury weaves and all the other things you're idolizing right now. You need to invest it into yourself. Can I ask you your race, your ethnicity, please, if you don't mind? I can
I'm
guess, but I
black.
don't want to be.
I'm African American.
Okay. I figured. I just want you to say it.
Right.
So this is the problem I'm finding. This is the problem that I'm finding in our Black community. I'm just speaking on it because I'm from it and I've seen it. I'm not judging, but I find that we as our community, we get so invested in looking good, which, hey, I love to look good. I always work, so I bought my own stuff. I get it. And you should look good, but when you got on Gucci and you don't own a home, you're going to be one of them people that don't have nothing by the time you get into your 50s and 40s. So I feel we need to put more attention in prioritizing in generational wealth. And you don't get wealth wearing Gucci and not owning a home. And that's why we can't get out of the situations that we're in right now. The people on TV, we're trying to compare our lives to the people on TV. You can't do that. You got to deal with reality and what you're living in the community. And that's why we can't get anywhere right now. So I'm just trying to help you. So having a baby by Sean is not going to help you. It's going to set you back until you get situated. That's all I'm trying to say.
Well, I just want to say something. I think that the most beautiful thing in the world is having a baby. And I feel like nothing really can compare to that, like not a home or nothing like that, but just giving life. And I want to give life to my son and I want to have like pictures. It's gonna be my son, his my baby daddy, and we all gonna have on Gucci, and we're gonna put it on social media and we're gonna when I tell you everybody gonna love that shit. Like all the haters gonna be hating when they see me, Sean, and my son wearing Gucci, all Gucci outfit. Girl, bye. Okay, you want to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, and I can afford
Hell
that
yeah.
because I did it this.
What?
That was fun, Gigi.
What she say? What she say?
Are you back, Gigi? You still back to your other person?
I was having too much fun. Shit.
No, you're good. I was also.
Uh-huh.
But I just wanted to say that I had fun. I thank you. Like I said, I just learned just try not to judge people because you don't know where they come from. But
Right.
I look at what I see and what's evidence based in my opinion, because opinions are like a-holes. Everybody got one. We do know that. And, I don't have to agree with you, but we can all have our, opinion about something. And my opinion is people have a bunch of children it's selfish to me when you can't spend that time with them. That's all I'm
Right.
saying. And people that's millionaires, people that's millionaires are not exempt. Money can't. That doesn't make. As you can see, these kids with the money, they be sometimes just worse off than the other ones that don't. The poor. Some of the poor inner city kids, they had all the love, and they just, they're just a little different. It's a little more family oriented. So it just depends on the situation. That's all. That's all I really wanted to say.
So many people in the comment section, majority of them, they agree with you. They're like, "Oh my gosh, she's talking the truth." So your words are very powerful, and I'm, thankful.
Thank you, guys.
For you to
like
tell
I said,
us the truth.
Hey, I don't have a master's degree, but I got a bachelor's degree. I don't think I'm smarter than anybody. I lived in the inner city, and now I don't. So I feel like I have experience of both sides. A lot of people come and judge people about inner city. They never lived in the inner city. I lived in the inner city and now I don't. And I learned that it makes you a well-rounded person when you're able to deal with a plethora of people, meaning inner city, but then I can go into another room and talk to, professional people. It's called being well-rounded. And that's, to me, better because can't nobody really talk over your head. But at the same time, you got to be relatable to where you come from. So it's called just being a little bit of knowledge of everything. I don't have to be the smartest, but I'd rather have a little bit of everything in me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense.
That makes sense. So I just wish we just did better at when the even people with money, you get a millionaire, and this shows you that money does not bring you happiness. You see that over and over and over again in social media, on the TV, and all these stars. It doesn't bring happiness, because think about it. If you were a child, I don't have a million. I wish I did, trust me. But just think about it. When you get in your car every day, right, Gigi? You get in your car and you start the car up every day. You drive off. It's such a normal thing to you, isn't it? It's like second nature. It's those who drive. I don't know. Some people might catch the bus, whatever. Some people choose to. But I'm just saying, people that own a car and they get in it, and it's like a normal thing, like toilet paper every day. But to a homeless person, you're rich to them. You see what I'm saying? Which I'm trying to get y'all to see. If I'm driving a car every day, it's like, oh, a homeless person looking at you like you rich, you blessed, you got a car, you got heat, you got nice clothes. But these are things that to me is just second nature, which means that I got used to driving that car. But let that car get taken away from me, I'm gonna go into shock. So let me flip it. You a millionaire now. Your first million, you like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? I got all this money, blah, blah, blah. But after about 10 to 15 years of being a millionaire, and your doors open from side to side, and you got butlers, now you done got used to it. Because sometimes you don't humble yourself. Everybody, not humble to realize, like, man, I'm blessed. Like, this is normal. So sometimes when you get used to certain things, you don't know what else the hell to do. You're like, okay, I got all this money, now what? And that's why these people crazy, because a lot of them, they don't know what to do with their money. They partying, and they just, it's overwhelming. So you got to pick your battles. Do you want to be a millionaire, or would you just make 100,000, 6 figures, but have happiness and stability? Because to me, what's stable to you might not be stable to me. I'm stable because I'm healthy, and I know I can take a trip occasionally, and I'm at peace with myself. But if you got $10 million in the bank, but your heart don't work, or your penis limp, or whatever, what good is it? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to prioritize as what's rich. I'm rich when I'm healthy. I'm rich when can go to the doctor and make sure I'm okay. I'm rich when my family's around me. That's what makes me feel better. Not money. I mean, we need it, obviously. I'm not trying to be ridiculous. You do need to pay the bills. I'm not being crazy, but you understand what I'm saying, though. It's and sometimes those kids with the money, they didn't got used to it. That's why I'm saying it. They got used to money. Other people like, oh, we wish we had the money you do. Sometimes it's a curse, because they just say, well, I just wish I had the love. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all. You might have some more callers. I'm not saying.
No, you good. They like you. You can stay on. No, girl, this your show. Go ahead. We listening. They love to hear from you. It is your show, girl. Take over. We want to hear more of you. What's your name, Miss Ma'am?
But I just.
What's your name?
To think of that. My name. Well, just call me D.
D. Nah, we want to hear more,
Yeah.
D. What else you got to say about this, D? Do you want me to interview you? Would you like me to ask you questions?
You can do whatever you want to do. It's your show.
Okay. So are you familiar with Chrisean Rock?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
No, I'm familiar with it through your show, though, if that makes you feel better. I don't really go on all the other blogs for that, because it turns to be oversaturated. So I like your commentary on it, because it's entertaining.
Got it. Okay. So I was going to say, I wanted to get your thoughts about that, but if not,
But I am familiar. You can give me a question. I can let you know if I can, it depends on what you're asking. I'm familiar with it, though.
Okay. What are your thoughts about Blueface and his whole family dynamic with his mom?
Well, it's basically what I was just saying before. It appears to be, and I like to use my words, choose my words wisely, because I can't speak, because I'm I don't know them, but it appears to be dysfunctional. I mean, you know, anytime your mom is on it, see this internet thing. I'm a particular age where I saw the internet coming. You know, I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but I'm gonna see if you can guess. I was around when pagers was around. Okay, beeper.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't
Beep,
have
beep,
cell
beep,
phones, so you
beep.
already know.
The
Right.
AOL dial-up, girl.
Yeah, absolutely. The one-way phones. You remember that? When you can only
Mm.
have a one-way, you couldn't even click over.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm that age. So my point is, I've watched the evolution of time and the change, and it's unfortunate now. People just get on the internet and just show how freaking ignorant they are. You know what I'm saying? When people that I know, they ignorant as hell, but didn't nobody know. You see, you just was ignorant at the kitchen table. Or you was ignorant because your cousin was talking about you down the street on Ray porch. But now it's unfortunate that people now use the internet as just therapy, but it's really not therapy when they need to just go see a real freaking therapist. So when you get on the internet and talking about your family, it's really asinine to me. It really is, and it's actually embarrassing because at the same time, it's toxic. And we're here because, you know, it's good content, as you said before, Gigi. But it's really embarrassing. I really feel bad for the kids that they're producing. Again, back to where we said, this little Chrisean's little baby, so innocent. That baby can't pick the parents. He couldn't pick his parents. He just was born here, right? And it's all going back to the first thing we were talking about. You being born and you don't know who the hell your parents are gonna be. So if you're born to a parent that got an ounce of sense or even 50% of sense, that's half the battle. Because you don't know who the hell your parents gonna be and how you gonna end up, and you're gonna have to navigate through life hoping you develop some common sense to get out of this foolishness. So that with that mother that be online talking and making herself even look more unfit is she just needs to just not say nothing. Just post pictures. They need to go back to IG in the beginning when people would just post a pic and keep it moving. Yeah. And you would have to guess if there's something wrong with them or not. But now they just show you. It's real easy to do.
And I guess what does she
opinion.
get out of it? What does she get out of continually be on social media? Because she has to get something out of it, right?
I think it's like a drug to some of these people. You got to think about it. It's some people who life, see, this is the thing. When you were in high school, you had the popular kids, right?
Oh, let's go back to high school. Girl, I want to go back to high school so bad.
Me too. But you know
I love me some high school.
But you know, when you were in high school, it's sad to say, you had some kids, and like I said, Blueface mom, she's not a bad looking, attractive lady or whatever. And I don't know what she was like in high school, but a lot of people, you can definitely tell if they were popular or not, because some people feed off the internet a little bit more than others. You know what I'm saying? If you've been getting attention all your life out the womb, popular in school, a lot of times some of them people, they'll get on there, but they don't feed off of it like a drug. And then you have some people, once they get all this feedback and all these responses and stuff, it becomes addictive. And I think that's what happened to some people. They don't know how to unleash out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was something they always wanted.
Yeah, those days of getting on the phone and just cussing everybody out. Like, listen, to me, if I have your number and you have my number, it's no need for me to communicate with you on Facebook or on IG. Even now, like, I'm not even popular like that, like these people, obviously. But even when I tell people happy birthday, like, yeah, I would hit a like on the thing, happy birthday. But if I had your number, you're going to hear me call you first and say, happy birthday, friend. I don't need to tell you that on the internet, because before the internet, that's what I did. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thing. Everybody, internet, and we need to back up a little bit and just go to basic communication without everybody knowing what you're communicating about, if that makes sense. That's just my opinion. I don't like when everything is on the internet, and I assume people are okay. You know, you would think, she doing good. She just posted a picture, and I'll see like one of my friends post something, but then I have to call them like, hey, you good? And I found out my one friend, she broke her knee. I ain't even know, but I'm thinking she's fine. You see what I mean? So the communication of the internet just kind of made everything go left anyway. It has its positives, but it also has its negatives to me.
You're right.
And saying that, Chrisean, that family over there, they need to stay off of it. I can't even. I have to scroll past. It just gives me a headache. Because you find out you don't even know these people, right? I'm a particular age, and I feel so sorry for that little baby more so, but I have a liking for Chrisean like a lot of people do. Some people want to write her off, some people don't. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of like sad for her, but at the same time, then I got irritated. Then I find myself going back and forth with my damn emotions.
Why are you so
like,
irritated
let me
with
the hell
her?
off today.
Why are you irritated with her?
So you get sucked in. Yeah, you get sucked in. So you have to have a maturity level in your brain, just like, you know what, these people I don't even know. Let me make sure my real family okay, for real.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
what else? That's about it. Because Gigi, you sounding sleepy. I'm gonna need you to perk up because I'll be listening to you all night. And you gonna have to get away from the other calls.
Okay. So what's some topics that you listen to now? What are topics that you're listening to now in the gossip world? Like, what's going on out there?
Well, the one you were just talking about, the latest one with I don't know. I'm not really interested in her. Really, what's the twin name? Tia, when she was talking about men dating and all that. Like, she has a shock about dating now because she was with her ex-husband for so long, right. And now it's like she has a delay reaction that's out here. Ain't nothing out here, child. You almost need to just, I'm not saying settle, but sometimes you just kind of gotta, I can see why people kind of stay with people. And again, you got to be happy. I can't see coming in a home and you ain't speaking and there's nothing there. I don't agree with that. But at the same time, once you see what's out here, you just like, damn, you probably just gonna be by yourself. Everybody, the dating world is terrible now. It's different. You know, it's all internet. You got to do background checks. Let me tell you, Gigi, when I met my husband, I had to see what his credit score was. I said, listen, I need to know your credit score. I need you to take an HIV test. I had a whole list of shit for him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what?
What's that?
I don't need to know that you killed somebody 10 years ago. I don't need to know none of that. It's like a whole interview. It's like you can't relax and date. So my thought process is like, damn, do I want to go through all that again trying to figure out, look at that lady, what's her name, the strawberry lady. She was with this man all these years and now he in jail and she didn't even know all his stuff was going on with him. So that means you got to start over with the interview process. So it's kind of like, you know, do you have that kind of time? Do you want to go through that again? Or are you just going to sit out here and just, you know, hey, have a person take you on a trip and just go home to your peace? I think that's what I would do if I got divorced. I can't even do it. I ain't even mad at Oprah and Stedman no more. You see, they still together and married at one time, and she just seemed like, hey, they got a situation, they got to understand it, and she got money. So, you know, you got to protect your peace. That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody get the side eye. And a lot of times, if y'all do y'all interviews, y'all look in their eyes. A lot of times, when you see the red flags, you start looking back at pictures and body language. They already showed you they was a little crazy in the eyes. You got to get that eye contact. Because all the nuts that I know, they had a little gleam in their eye of some sort. It's called assessment. You got to do a real assessment and don't get caught up in the money and what they buying you. And if they too clingy, that's a red flag too. I like space and somebody checking on me every 5 minutes. Nope, I can't help you. I like my own space so I can meditate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that's it.
Well, you got it, girl. Well, I appreciate you, and I'm glad that you gave us some wisdom, and we appreciate you. All right, Miss D. I hope you call me more.
Well, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna still be listening.
Okay.
I just want y'all to have a good night, and like I said, keep Gigi up. Whoever call in.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, D. All right. So we're gonna let her go. All right. So the phone lines. We are done with the phone lines tonight. But you can call in from the StreamYard. So I did want to touch on Chrisean Rock. So what is going on with Chrisean Rock? The latest with her is this. Earlier today, I went over to Lola Lee TV. Shout out to her. She's always keeping people informed with Chrisean Rock. And so is Ruby K. Shout out to her as well. Those are my two go-tos when I want to know more information about Chrisean Rock. I always go to Lola Lee TV or I go to Ruby K. Okay. And sometimes I used to go to Since Day One too. But I went over here And she has a video about Chrisean Rock new boo, and his name is Sean. However, when I did the same video, you know, I made it my own content. I didn't steal, and I gave Lola Lee her tea. Child, y'all was all in my comment section. Oh, that ain't her man. That ain't her man. That ain't her man. Listen, well, I look down here and I'm not seeing y'all saying this up in here. That ain't her man. That ain't her man. That ain't her man. So listen, I'm gonna need. Do we got any rock stars here? Stevie Ray with this motherfucking water alert. Rock stars, press 2. Let me know you were here. Show yourself. Y'all need to email me if people out here and they got some information and you know I'm about to talk about, because you know I was gonna talk about this shit. You should have emailed me and let me know, hey, it's talks going around that this is Chrisean Rock boyfriend, but this is not it. Sean is not her damn man. And this is why. Okay. Y'all should have emailed me and told me that before I got on the motherfucking video and started talking. Cause that ain't her man. Well, shit, you didn't tell me. Okay. You didn't tell me. I don't see no other videos out here saying that ain't her man. Okay. So, anyway, according to Lola TV, honey, this is her man, and this is what they said her man was. But the people on my channel said this is not her man. And they got videos of him in the on the airplane, and he's upset that the kids is crying. I'll show you a little clip. So he's irritated. And I was like, well, damn, if Chrisean, you know Chrisean got a newborn. So you better hope Chrisean newborn baby don't cry, or he's gonna be irritated. He ain't gonna want to be around that. So is this her man? Comment, let us know. Press 2 if this is Chrisean Rock new man. Press 4 if this is not her new man. So besides that, and you see the title here, Chrisean new boo is Sean. Hello, Lola Lee TV. She always got the tea on Chrisean show shit. I said that same thing. Okay, hold on. Let me go, if I can go to my YouTube channel, so I can show you right. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm gonna go here, and we're gonna go to my YouTube channel and see what y'all was saying on my stuff. Okay. So we go, where is it? Okay, here it is. I'm about to pop it up now.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's
all right, so this is the video I did. As you guys can see, it reads, Chrisean Rock new man exposed. A rapper named Sean, Blueface throws major shade. Okay, where y'all at? Okay, I can't see what y'all saying this ain't her man, but some of y'all was saying this ain't her man. This ain't her man. And I'm gonna need y'all to give me them damn receipts. This ain't her man. Okay. So is this her man or this is not her man? Y'all need to make up y'all mind. Y'all talking about Brittany, right? No, we're talking about Chrisean. Is this her man or this is not her man? Okay. Because if this is her man, I want to go on his Instagram and really talk about him. But if we got the wrong man, then you guys need to say that. So who are y'all talking about? She's Surf Photo. Okay, so let's go on here. There were also clips of Chrisean Rock and her sister talking about Vicky Woah.
That bitch gotta get slapped. It don't matter if she's a fucking pinky small or thumb thick. You understand? That bitch gotta get slapped. That was a hit. That was an order. That wasn't like, no, we bullying this bitch. I want to fight this bitch. That wasn't that. That was this bitch in her ass would beat her ass. You understand? But then when I saw the part where she started cussing you out, it's like, wait, you said you're not a bully, but you gonna sit here and bully Chrisean on camera. We're not doing that. That's phony as fuck. And that was fucking shit to you. Like, yo, listen, this is the thing. Even without niggas, it's like, yo, we got a problem. That shit between us. We are family. That shit between us. You don't bring that shit in front of the eyes. Oh, you put that shit in front of the eyes. Oh, that was supposed to be okay. That shit was not okay. Right. You supposed to line them bitches up. Okay. You pregnant. That shit was supposed to got, all them bitches supposed to got dealt with. That was the whole point. If I would have went on there, that's what the fuck it would have been for. Right. And I don't fuck with all the confusion, all the fuckery. But yo, that was some fucked up shit. She was supposed to line bitches up off the rip. No questions asked. It wasn't supposed to be, I don't want to fight you. It was supposed to be pop, pop, pop. You understand? It wasn't supposed to be, I don't want to fight you. Oh, we ain't bullies. We not bullies. We put bully cards. But when bitches need to get their ass hit, they get hit. The fuck is you talking about? That was some bullshit.
Right, they picked with me first. Before I even got on the show.
I don't give a fuck if you picked with them. If you requested that them bitches get slapped, that's how it was supposed to go.
Right.
That ain't no bully shit. That was a fucking hit. That was fucked up. Because now, oh, it's okay to bully you, but we ain't bullies. But we gonna bully you. And you're pregnant. Fuck out of here. That's not cool. She's dealing with you all day long. That shit is.
All right, so that is Chrisean Rock's oldest sister, and they're talking about the other girl, TT, and they're saying that she was wrong. She should have popped Vicky. Whoa! And I want to know, what do you guys think? Call in and tell us about it. Now, this is how I feel on some street stuff. If we're talking about street only, we're not talking about family values. We're not talking about none but street stuff. Okay, if somebody that's supposed to be your ally tell you to take someone out and you agree to that statement that you was going to take them out, then you take them out. You don't have no conversations, ain't no apology. You be obedient to the head honcho and you take them out. And TT did not do that. She double-crossed Chrisean Rock and decided that she was going to do what she wanted to do. And, on some street stuff only, I get it. I understand that on some street shit. And you do have to realize this is trash TV. This is bullcrap entertainment, and this is what they do. Okay, and I want to know, do you think that TT should have popped Vicky? Whoa! Okay, press 1 if you feel like she should have popped her for Chrisean Rock, because that's what she said she was going to do. Press 7 if you feel like, nah, TT did the right thing. She did not pop Whoa Vicky. Okay? I think she should have popped her. Chrisean, TT is not your sister for real. She want to compete with you on that dang show. Ain't no way. Y'all supposed to be baddies together. Sisters teaming up together. If you got a problem with her, you got a problem with the other one. TT, that was not your position to say, oh, we forgive. No, that was not your position to do. So Baby Vicky too. I don't watch that show. What it's about? It's about trash. Y'all, Queen Latifah show? No, I don't remember Queen Latifah show. Man, I tell you. Ooh, Jerry Springer beating up Oprah. Okay, so what are your thoughts about this? So I'm going to look in the comment section over here. And people had a lot of things to say about this Chrisean thing. And they are saying what nobody say is different between riding for yours just being dumb. I would have told my sister the same thing, the F. Like, I hurt you that much. I would laugh at my sister and told her to when she hit the fan. And that's just, well, somebody just said that, they would have told Chrisean no. I mean, but you have to realize this same person that's saying they would have told Chrisean no would not be on Baddies East, would not be on the show. So they're just projecting, saying, I would be a mature person about it. Well, that's nice, but that is not what Baddie Show is about. Baddie Show is about being gangster, being ignorant, being trashy, just being gutter, fighting each other, degrading each other. That's what Baddies East is about. It's not about you trying to be good for your good, high morals and values. You got to play by the rules. And TT is the only sane one in the family. Everyone just draining her. So a little like a lot of people on here, they are siding with TT. And like I said, do we have any rock stars up in the building? Press 2 if you're a rock star. Where my rock stars at? I think I got to put Chrisean's name at the beginning of the title in order to get the rock stars in here, because y'all ain't in here for real. Ooh, usually the rock stars be deep. They ain't deep tonight. and they only got 20% vote, because usually the rock stars, they be voting, and it's only 20%. The rock stars not up in here tonight. Okay. Hell no. So flip. Oh, CC29 said it's time for my ass to flip because the rock star. You know me, CC29. I will flip. Okay. Is it time to flip and flop? Okay. It don't make no damn sense. I mean, this show is really ridiculous when you think about it. I mean, they could spend so much more time doing so much more better productive things than showing this bullshit to society. It's like, no, let me not. Okay, see, I see, I got some rock stars. They gonna go and report me. They gonna go and report me, say, listen, this bitch done flip flop back. Okay. Let's not go over there. She's a flip flopper. When y'all not there, she talks shit about Chrisean. Okay. Shit. Hell yeah. I need the rock stars to keep me in check always. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I need y'all to keep me in check always. She just too damn busy for me. Ooh, so a lot of people, they're commenting, but they're commenting in paragraphs. Ain't nobody got time to read all this. So a lot of people are pretty much saying that TT is their favorite, that she's the only one with common sense over here. And it don't seem like they're mentioning about TT, about, what she did, the unthinkable. Well, I want you guys to comment. Let us know what you guys think about this. I'm your host, Miss Messy, and at the end, I'm just going to talk. And just say what else is going on up in here, you guys. What else is going on out here in the world? What's some hot gossip that's going on out here in these streets? Just so I can do my job better. Any other hot topics that you guys want me to touch on tomorrow? So I'm looking in the comment section and I'm watching, and it says I'm watching The House of Villains this Thursday. OMG, that's going to be so good. Well, Stevie Ray, what channel, what network does that come on? Lala is pregnant. Well, congratulations to Lala. But CC29, I don't know what else you want me to do with that information because it ain't messy and it ain't gossip. But congratulations to her. Okay, E-Network. Okay, I got to check it out. I love houses and stuff. Chrisean is just too much of a headache and chaotic in her nature. Well, True Light, that's what makes her good for good TV, because in reality trash TV, they need somebody that's hectic, that got a lot of things going on, that's very emotional, available, and vulnerable, and does not mind sharing it to the world. And Chrisean Rock, she's that, and she's young on top of that. So, did I miss the tea with King Harris? Yeah, we talked about that for a good enough time. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We did talk about that. Yes, we did. Okay. Kevin Gates spitting in that woman's mouth. Oh, that was so disgusting, Chris. Do we really got to talk about that? That was so nasty. Oh, that was gross. But, each his own. Lala the comedian. What was said about T.I.? I missed it. Hit that replay, babe. The replay or the re-stash button is our best friend. So I want you to go hit that. Tiffany Pollard, Tanisha, and Bobby Lights. It's just a few amongst on the show. Oh, I don't want to see that dance, Stevie Ray. Never mind. I mean, I will only watch it if it's so popular, but Stevie Ray, I thought it was going to be like the House of Dragons or the Games of Thrones. Like currently right now, I'm watching the House of Dragons for the third time on HBO Max. So I thought it was going to be something like that, or like the House of Cards, but I'm not interested in Tiffany Pollard, Bobby Lights. I'm not interested in those characters, honestly. Okay. I think it's gonna be good. Yeah. Okay. So do you guys think that I should talk more You know what I haven't talked a lot about lately? I haven't I haven't talked about these niggas lately, have I? Some people say I always come with content dogging out these niggas. Okay. But did you notice I haven't did that in months? It's been 2 months since I dogged out and dragged these niggas. I haven't did that. I just wanted to see something. Okay. We want more skits too. Oh, thank you, Stevie Ray. I definitely would do more skits. Did you guys see the skit that I put out? We need to get more damn views though. You know, I will appreciate, but you know what? I got to be more consistent. Yeah, Dom said, you know, keep on doing skits. You got to do more consistent. You can't do skits every once in a while. You have to start branding yourself and doing skits so people would know that, hey, it's a skit that's going to be busting out. And I said, Dom, on your dime, you're so right. I got to get it together. Do a Dear Ruby, answer some messy letters. Okay, that sounds like fun. CC29. Tanisha Campbell, birthday Friday of the 13th. Oh, how precious. Sexy Red is a 45 supporter. Yeah, I hear. She said that she's a Trump supporter because Trump give out money. So maybe she's an industry plant to get people to vote for Trump. You know, didn't they say that she's an industry plant? So maybe that's what she's here for, is to get people to vote for Trump, you know, to get people delusional and delirious to vote for him, pushing that he's going to give people money. Okay. She don't care about anything else. Sexy Red. I mean, what else could you say about Sexy Red? I know a writer for your skits. Well, thank you, Jake. But you know, unlike some of these hip hop artists, I write my own skits. Okay. I write my own skits, Jake. Did you see my pen? Okay. When we talk about pens, Jake, come on now. But no, I appreciate the offer. But I know you're going to want to charge. How come no condolences from the 702 peers? I'm not sure, baby. Condolences to the 702. What about the BET Hip Hop Award red carpet looks? Philip, you know that's not really my thing to critique people based on their looks. To me, that's kind of, I know it's a thing, but I just never been into that. More skits is great. Thank you. Nothing new. What Sexy Red is doing. Yeah. I want that trick you do when you play both characters and have a different face. Oh, well, thank you. Well, you know what else? To talk about the skits, I do have so many more characters that I do want to push out. Like I have like 8 to 10 more characters. I have 2 white characters. I have a few male characters. So yeah, I'm so excited and nervous all at the same time about what else I can produce and create, because I've never been here before what I can create in this type of lane, you know? And then I know I'm like, should I make the skits just more shorter and more funnier? You know, because I know the last skit that I produced was like 6 minutes and it was kind of dark, you know, it has some drama filled. And I was like, I don't know if I'm doing too much with the drama, if it's too intense or not, you know? So, you know, just all thoughts. You know, I'm an overthinker to the point where I will overthink some shit and I would just never do anything because I'm overthinking it too much. Hopefully I get over it. I love the skits. Thank you, CC29. After January the 6th, everyone must be crazy to go with Trump. Well, you know, people are going to do it. You know, people are going to do it. I love your skits, Rubymae. Thank you. I no struggle, love allowed. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. That means the world to me. It sure does. Yep. All right. Well, I'm gonna get on out of here. So I just want to say thank you guys for the support. It goes a long way. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel, The Messy Sweet Spot. I'm your host, Miss Messy. Okay, yes, ma'am, caller. Okay, anything else before I leave? Anything else? You guys have to stay in the comment section. We need something better than Biden. Yeah. Good night. Good night, babe. Miss J. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Good night. Oh, yes, yes, yes. It's all get you guys. Have you guys thought about it? Like we're about to be in 2024. It's like 3 to 4 months and we're about to be 2024. Okay, let me tell you something. Yesterday I was going through like I was feeling I don't want to say depressed because I wasn't that depressed, but I was going through a little funk. And anytime I go through a little funk, whatever cheers me up is shopping. So I go to Sephora, whatever the fuck it's called, and I'm looking for some stuff, some makeup. Then I was like, you know what? I want to treat myself to some perfume, some fragrance. So I went in there to get some flower bomb because I do like the smell of the scent flower bomb. And I like very warm scents. I like very sweet scents. I like loud scents. I like scents that's going to stay on. And I like the perfume or whatever the fuck you call it, the oil, the perfume. Okay. So this lady there, she was helping me and she was such a pleasure to work with. Honestly, the whole group of girls were a pleasure to work with. And I love to shop with the person, my sales lady. I love to shop with them. It was great. So she introduced me to Burberry Her. Have you tried Burberry Her? Press 2 if you tried it, you smell it. Press 5 if you never had Burberry Her. Anyway, I put that Burberry Her on and I really liked that scent. And it stayed on and it had this sweet, warm smell to it. And I was like, oh my God, I like Burberry Her. Okay. So I did pick up Burberry Her. And another perfume I did pick up. It was Good Girl Herrera blush. Have you guys heard about that? When I tell you I sprayed the Good Girl Herrera blush, and I just smelled like a baby prostitute. And I was like, oh my God, I need this. Okay. Have you guys ever smelled Good Girl by Herrera? Press 10 if you got it. 15 if you never had it. Yeah. Calera, yeah, Herrera, yeah. Then so I had to get me some of that. And then it's another perfume. It's called Prada Paradox Intense. And when I tell you I put that on, and oh my goodness, I'm just in love with it. I really love the Paradox Prada Intense. Okay. Now they have the regular, but they say the Intense is brand new. So I definitely had a bottle of that. Have you guys had the Paradox Prada Intense? Comment, let us know. Okay. Oh, yes, smells. I love smell goods. I love oils. I love candles. I love all that type of stuff, you know. Next month, Bath and Body Works, they're going to do their sale every year. And every year I stuck up on this. I like their fragrance soaps for the bath and the shower. I love their fragrance stuff that way. The blush is the pink shoe. Yes, the blush is the pink shoe. I like the pink shoe and I like the black shoe. I mean, all the shoes are smelling great, but I just love the pink shoe. Okay. What is your favorite perfume? Comment, let us know. What is your favorite fragrance? Let me know. Okay. And a fragrance is always a good gift to buy. White diamonds, really? Stevie Ray, really? White diamond is your favorite? Okay. Where you guys stand in the red shoe sexy? Yeah, I wasn't that a fan of the red shoe smell. It was cool, but I wasn't a big fan of it. This conversation made me flash back to when I stole my grandparents' Wings son. hmm But yeah. Yes. And I don't know. You know, sometimes before I go to bed, I spray some perfume on me just because I love the scent on me. And I just love to smell it in my clothes. I just love it. I just love it. It just makes, I don't know, smell goods can really make smell good can make my day. It can make me feel like it can make me be in a good mood. You understand? I love good smells. Gucci Bloom, Joe Malone. I've been using it for 20 years. Coco Chanel. Carolina Herrera, the black shoe, original, good girl. Yes, that's really nice. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go this time. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on another video. Bye.
you